So I was the other day at an auction that was held in game by a player, and a lot from that auction was actually firmament items. And I was like, why would I buy that while I can get for free the items they are selling, you know? And so here we are today for this video. I am Qyorria and I thank you kindly for clicking on that video. Please consider subscribe if that video is useful for you. So we are in the firmament, as I said. We are in front of Any. Any is the main NPC to get rewards from the firmament. The first way to get rewards are actually Skybuilder scripts. You can see I bought some because I tried to make that video 4 times already. But as you have three categories of Skybuilder's scripts shop. The first one gives you moons, emotes, hairstyle, minion, a birding, some orchestrion, some parasol. Most of these items are sellable. That means you can sell them to the market board and to other players. I wouldn't go for orchestrion because of how much people are buying orchestrion per hours. Like, it's really a slow rate of selling, but other items are kinda worth it to get and to sell. You should check on your server how much gils is worth which items. Like, for example, maybe that bread, which is only 900 scrips, maybe it sells for a lot of gils on your server and not on any other. And so that's the idea. You can check other items as well, like for example these items here, like glamour items actually, like this one for example, the singlet, the apron or the coverall top are selling for a lot of gil, like 300,000 on my server. You can then check the material stuff. You have some material that is interesting maybe, but the most interesting thing on this category is a dye. Some of these dyes can only be obtainable this way, so on this area, like the gunmetal black dye is really popular and worth a lot of gils for the cost of scripts. Next we have Fete Tokens. Before I show you some crafting, the Fete Tokens are not that worth it nowadays. Don't check much about it. It is, you might think the coffer is the most interesting thing, but I will show you that it is not just after. But the dyes are worth it. So next, to get the scripts, you can actually craft some items on this category. So if you go on Special Recipe and Ishgard Restauration, on Restoration 4, because the previous items are not worth it anymore, you don't have much material anymore for that. But if you go on Restoration 4, you can see that you can craft 6 kind of items depending on your level. Like if you are 20, you can craft this item, but if you are 80, you can craft either the bed or the icebox. The bed is a normal craft, the icebox is in green because it is an expert craft. And if you craft these, you can turn them in for scripts at Potkin. So if you are level 20, for example, you can give some plywood and get 3 scripts. That's not a lot, I reckon, but you will get experience point as well, more than 1,000, because I get 1,000 because I'm max level, obviously. But if you give plywood, you will soon be able to give crate and spinning wheel and step ladder, and soon enough you will be able to craft bed. If you are level 90, actually, you can craft this item on 2 buttons, because you can max quality because of the trained eye, which give 100% quality of items. And so you get scripts as well as Kupo stamps for giving away beds and icebox, or depending on the category. These stamps, after 5 of them, you will get a voucher, and the voucher gives you more rewards that are worth it to sell on the market board. So next, I want to show you 2 things. So the first one is a peace lover coffer. I bought 2 on the market board, and you can see that I bought that for 900, and you can see that the price is ridiculous. I wouldn't go for that at all. Next, I want to show you the price of scripts items, and you can see here. Well, I got the wall here and the materials from the Kupo Voucher because I was unlucky. But you can see that the birding, the minion, the haircut, the emote, the parasol, they are selling for quite a lot of gils. Next I wanted to talk about, well, the Skybuilder bed is easy to craft. You just have to press trend eye and then do some progress to finish the craft. You don't need a macro for that, but I believe that the Skybuilder icebox, if you want to go for score and for a lot more of scripts, you might want a macro for that. So I did my homework. That's why I restarted that video 4 times already. So I will need stay to Vunu HQ and some cunning craftsman drought. So I will use that. And I will start the synthesize. I'll open my macro menu for you to follow. This is the first macro. So muscle memory, final appraisal, manipulation, veneration, waste node 2, groundwork, preparatory touch, innovation, preparatory touch, preparatory touch, preparatory touch, preparatory touch, innovation, and we go to the second macro, train finesse, train finesse, train finesse, great strides, innovation, bear's God blessing, veneration, earth and soul, and intensive synthesis. So first of all, I've put a final appraisal on the beginning of the macro. This is something people forget, but actually on the first groundwork I do, there is a chance that I have a special status called malleable, which will increase the progress, and so on the second groundwork, the craft will be over and I will lose my material. And the second thing to know is that earth and soul and intensive synthesis are to use if you are a specialist with your crafting job. So as you can see here, I am a specialist because I have a soul crystal on my carpenter. So I craft 4 more to show you the Kupo Voucher. You saw the macro working. As I explained, the little thing I added was useful, at least once. So I will give away my expert craft like that, get some score, get some scripts, and get some Kupo stamps to get a Kupo Voucher. And my Kupo Voucher, I can simply turn in it to Lisbeth, so for the Kupo of Fortune, as it is right in here. I'll do yes. I will explain to you my way to think when it comes to actually choose where I press the button. So on the one we have a coffer of Kupo. This is the rarest one, so like we have 8% to get it. We have the apple, the eat apple emote. We have some materia which are controlled, so that's not really interesting. We have the carbuncle lantern, which is a nice housing item, but I believe it will be hard to sell because we have a lot of carbuncle lantern selling. I don't know the market about it right now, and the magical prism isn't interesting at all. So we can either go on the middle if we want the coffer of Kupo, or on the left if we want something in the middle. My thinking right now is that carbuncle lantern and the materials are not that worth it. I don't care about the risk of getting that, I can lose, I mean. So I will go for one of the three tile on the right. I will go for the middle one, I always click on this one, and we will see what we get. We get the magical prism, it's okay. We could have only get materials if we went on the right or lantern on the left. So that's fine, to be honest. But that's to explain my way to think with stuff to get. And it's not always worth it to go on the right just because you can get items on the first category. But yes, that was a little video for you about the firmament I wanted to make to explain to you that you can make a lot of gils. Even level 20 you can make a lot of gils from firmament. I think firmament is a really decent way to get gils nowadays. Lesser and lesser people are doing it. As you can see here, only 3 or 4 people are actually in the area with me. So yeah, I thank you kindly for watching this video. Put like if you did like, dislike if you didn't, subscribe for more, and see you in the next one.